Johnny Vega into the box. Johnny, go, 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 go.
It's time for live coverage of spring sports here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air, and Gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Clean Air Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Inland Northwest Honda Dealers, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center, and Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Now it's time for live sports here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Leads it 1-0.
Time to take a look at the starting lineups for both ball clubs. First of all, for the visitors on the scoreboard today, first of a doubleheader here at Recreation Park for the Eastmont Wildcats. And their head coach, Darren Hoff, getting the start in the first batting position will be Tice Llewellyn. The sophomore shortstop will bat first. Batting second will be second baseman Tyson Mosseth. Batting third baseman Jet Llewellyn. Batting fourth in right field, Skylar Bryant. Batting fifth, first baseman Luke Gale. Batting sixth, the left fielder is Bodie Yale. Batting seventh, the DH is Braden Bowman. Batting eighth, the catcher is Nate Whitehall. Batting ninth in center field, Valenti Barrios. And the pitcher, as we mentioned, will be Colin Bapst on the mound for Eastmont. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Panthers, as announced by their head coach, Josh Skyleman, getting the leadoff position, center fielder Griffin Butler. Batting second will be left fielder Nolan Godfrey. Batting third will be catcher Connor Christensen. Batting fourth, Brock Toffness, the second baseman. Batting fifth, first baseman Joe Skyleman. Batting sixth will be Matthew Butler, the shortstop. Ryan Branham will bat seventh. He's the third baseman. DHing today in the 8-hole will be Garrett Anderson. Batting ninth, right fielder Thomas Ivy. And the DH batting for the pitcher will be Levi Skyleman doing his warm-up tosses on the mound right now. The umpires for today's ball game will be John Steiner and Paul Weddle. Our broadcast is brought to you in part by the good folks, and thanks to the Platinum supporting sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today at 509-662-6842. Online at alpineair.net. Also by our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. So ready for baseball this afternoon here at Recreation Park on a fairly sunny day for the most part. A few cotton ball clouds across the horizon right now. And the first batter takes the first pitch outside for ball one. That's Tice Llewellyn in the left-handed batter's box, sophomore here for the Eastmont Wildcats.
Yeah, Tice did not play on Tuesday. He had a knee injury, so he rested it on Tuesday so he can come and play these two games today.
Takes the second pitch for a called strike by our home plate umpire. The count even now at a ball and a strike, and Skyleman's 1-1 pitch is another strike called. So the count goes to the pitcher's favor at a ball and 2 strikes. We'll set the defense for you after this pitch here for the Wenatchee Panthers. In white, trimmed in purple and gold. Eastmont in the traveling red tops today. This pitch misses low and outside for a ball, evens the count at 2-2. Around the horn defensively, Joe Skyleman at first, Brock Toffness as shortstop, Matthew Butler at short, and, Brock Toffness second baseman. Ryan Branham is the third baseman. Get to the outfield after this pitch. 2-2 count to Tice Llewellyn, leadoff man here in the ball game. Curveball misses low for ball 3. 3-2 the count. Out in left field, it's Nolan Godfrey, Griffin Butler in center, Ivy Thomas in right, and of course Levi Skyleman on the mound. Connor Christensen is his battery mate behind the plate. This pitch misses high, so good eye by Tyson Llewellyn. Fell behind the count, but works a leadoff walk. And you can tell me about seeing that game the other day. Was it a little bit of a control issue for either pitcher, or did we get a lot of walks in that game?
Actually, not too many walks. It was just tons of flyouts, like every single time. There was very little ground outs or turning 2 plays. Every single time it was either hit to the center fielder or to the right fielder.
Tyson Mothis squares to bunt, pitches low and outside, toss to the bag at first, not in time, thinking Llewellyn might be a little bit too far off the bag, expecting the bunt here. Again, artificial infield here at Recreation Park all the way around, including what you see on the screen is brown is actually an artificial brown besides the artificial green here. 1-0 the count to Mosseth, and he'll square to bunt again. Bunts it right back in front of the plate, and it actually hit the plate, so the home plate umpire says that is a dead ball, and the count will be even at 1 ball and 1 strike. I believe John Steiner's behind the plate, and Paul Weddle is out on the base paths. I was not given who had which position, but Paul is a basketball official, and he is rather diminutive compared to the two of them, so I think it's Steiner behind home plate and Mr. Weddle out there on the base paths, our two-man crew here today. Again, scoring to bunt is Mosseth. Third baseman comes in. They toss over to the bag at first, not in time, as Tice stays closely over there. And both teams, you'll see, be very aggressive once they get a base runner. Trying to put the game in motion. Here comes the pitch all the way. It's high and inside and taken for a ball. Count goes to 2-1 on Tyson Mosseth.
Yeah, Eastmont at practices, they're always practice their bunting every single day, trying to just, when they get to these game situations, be able to put down every single time.
Now, if you hear maybe a little bit of inside information from Mr. Dodd to my left here, as the pitch goes over the head and behind the hitter, Mosseth, and he didn't really even duck at that. It just sailed behind his head. Jackson Dodd is an Eastmont High School student. Are you a sophomore?
Sophomore, yes.
Sophomore at Eastmont High School. And also, you play baseball.
Yes, I do.
So you really have inside information.
Oh, yeah. Know all the coaches personally and all the guys well.
3-1 count. The pitch is bunted up the first baseline, but foul. And so the count will run full at 3 balls and 2 strikes, and that'll make Mosseth a hitter. Although we have seen in the past in the many games in the series between these two teams, no matter who the coach is, they're not shy about trying to put out a bunt with 2 strikes. So we'll see what the Eastmont Wildcats decide to do here, and head coach Darren Hoff, who's in the third base coach's box. He squares the bunt, and the pitch is bunted but foul, and the batter is out. So, okay, this will test your knowledge. How do you score that?
I believe it's a K there. That's
yes, you are correct. I knew the answer to that, but I just wanted to see if you knew the answer to that. So 1 down here in the first with a runner at first base, and that brings up Jet Llewellyn. Third baseman senior steps in the right-handed batter's box. Pitch by Skyleman. After a long look in, curveball misses low. Oh, no, strike called, and the count 0-1 here to Jet Llewellyn. We are located behind home plate. We've got the cameras up way far away on top of the press box in the Apple Bowl, where it'll be a busy night over there. They've got 3 soccer matches happening today. This pitch is high and inside. The throw down to first base by the catcher, Christensen. Snap throw not in time, and the count goes to even to Jet Llewellyn at 1 ball and 1 strike.
They do not want Tice to get that second bag right there. It's about, what, 3-4 straight picks?
Yeah. Either by the pitcher or by the catcher. Tice Llewellyn with a healthy lead over at the first, and he goes, and the pitch is inside, and did it hit the batter?
I don't think so. It just missed it.
Just missed inside, and down to second base goes Tice Llewellyn with a stolen base, and the ball inside, called for ball 2. So it's 2-1 now to Jet. Chance to bring home Eastmont's first run of the game if he could find a hole in the defense here. Pitch on the way is swung on and hit hard, but ripped foul over the clubhouse here at Recreation Park. And the count even now to Llewellyn at 2-2.
Yeah, Levi trying to mix in a couple of his pitches there. His curveball seems to be missing really far inside, so he just wants to relax and just throw a nice fastball down there to reset.
Levi Skyleman back ready on the mound, and the 2-2 pitch is a fastball. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. That was a dandy pitch there. And so 2 outs in a row after a leadoff walk. That'll bring up the cleanup batter, right fielder Skylar Bryant.
Yeah, Skylar's leading Eastmont on base percentage and average. He's batting .400 this year with a .561 on base percentage.
Pitch on the way to him, swung on and grounded to the shortstop. Over to his right, Matthew Butler with a step. The throw to first base is low and then not dug out. The runner at third will hold as the ball didn't get too far away from Joe Skyleman at first base. And so that low throw over there, I believe they'll call that error on the throw.
The first baseman.
So E6 will put Bryant on board. Runners now at the corners for Eastmont with 2 down. Brings up senior Luke Gale. Pitch on the way to him is off speed and strike called on the outside corner. 0-1 to Luke.
Luke was definitely looking fastball there.
Nice off-speed pitch by Levi Skyleman. Levi back on the hill and ready, working from the first base side. The runner from first goes. The pitch swung on and fouled back in the count 0-2 now on Luke Gale. So kind of a run and hit there.
Yeah, hit and run there as well. That's another thing you'll see a lot today, trying to mix in their hit and runs and their bunts.
Gale back in and ready, facing an 0-2 count here with runners on the corners for the Wildcats. Top of the first, scoreless so far. Skyleman with the delivery, swung on a fly ball into left field, and coming in is Godfrey. It falls in for a base hit, and a run's going to score. They will not get the runner at third base, as rounding second and heading for third was Skylar Bryant. So give Luke Gale an RBI single, and Eastmont on top, 1-0.
Yeah, perfect two-strike approach right there. Luke really likes his two-strike approach. He talked to him today about it. He says that's where he gets most of his hits. Tries to just get a barrel on the ball and fight it wherever way it goes.
And a heads-up play by Gale, who went to second base on the throw as they tried to get Bryant at third base on the out there. So 1-0 our score. Runner still on the pond here for Eastmont, and Bodie Yale takes the first pitch, swings at it, and pops it up into left field. And Godfrey will give ground to Butler, and it'll be Griffin Butler who makes the catch for the outs. So maybe battling the sky and the sun was Godfrey, and maybe that's why he couldn't catch that ball off the bat of Luke Gale. But it will be a 1-0 ball game. Eastmont on top as we head to the bottom of the first.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We're not affiliated with any of the network channels. We're a locally owned, locally managed television station who prides itself on being a reflection and a spotlight on the communities we call home here in North Central Washington. We need to thank our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. Thanks for watching the NCWLIFE Channel.
Well, head to the bottom of the first. Eastmont on top, 1-0 over Wenatchee. You're watching Big Nine Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you in part by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge, 100% real cheese and freshly rolled dough. Order online at abbys.com. Also by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call 509-662-6842. Along with Jackson Dodd, Eric Granstrom with you as we bring Wenatchee to the plate for the first time in this one. First of a doubleheader here at Recreation Park today. Griffin Butler, Nolan Godfrey, and Connor Christensen, 1, 2, 3, due up here for the Panthers. Looking at the Big Nine standings right now, you got Moses Lake at 9-1, Eastmont at 7-3, Davis at 8-8, and how about that play?
It's a great play right there, and Jet did all he could do there. Got that ball catching in the infield, and he just fired a good throw. But unfortunately, Griffin was just able to beat it out, so great play by him. But Griffin beat him out, and great play by him. On a Tuesday, Griffin had a great game. He went 3 for 4 with 3 singles, and he's only a freshman.
How about that? So runner aboard for Wenatchee as they try to tie it back up here. Beautiful execution by Griffin Butler. Lots of speed on the base paths here for Wenatchee. As Nolan Godfrey steps in the left-handed batter's box, and the first pitch to him, he'll bunt it or attempt to, and he fouled. Did he foul it off, or is it a strike? Let's see. The umpire didn't call timeout, so that's a just missed ball that goes all the way to the backstop. So it'll be a strike and a wild pitch because the bat went around So the runner out at second base. So 0-1 the call, or 0-1 the count as Godfrey steps back in here.
I thought that hit his bat, to be
I
completely
thought it
honest.
did too. I thought I heard a tink and then the backstop clank with the ball, but I guess not according to our home plate umpire. This pitch swung on and missed. And the count 0-2 here on Godfrey.
Good pitch right there. Trying to go right down and inside.
Again, it's Colin Bapst on the mound for Eastmont. His battery mate Nate Whitehall behind the plate. This pitch swung on, and staying alive with something close was Godfrey as he fouls it back. Around the field defensively, Luke Gales at first, Tyson Mosseth at second, Tice Llewellyn at short, Gent Llewellyn at third. The outfield, left fielder is Bodie Yale. Center fielder Valenti Barrios, and over in right field is Skylar Bryant. That's a defensive setup for the Eastmont Wildcats, trying to keep pace with the Moses Lake Mavericks atop the Big Nine standings. 0-2 count to Godfrey with a runner in scoring position for Wenatchee in a 1-0 game. Pitch swung on and hit to the right side of the infield. That's going to get the runner over to third, and good play by Mosseth, who had to wait for that slow trickling ball to get to him at second base. 4-3 on the putouts, and that moves Butler down to third on the play.
I mean, even though he got out there, he did his job. Runner on second, you want to just move him over whatever you can. I mean, that bunt and that ground out right there, same scenario and same effect.
Yeah, we talked about both coaching staffs loving to put the game in motion. Josh Skyleman kind of playing from the book of Darren Hoff and how he likes to move things around. So the Panthers with a chance to score a run, they get a ball to the outfield in the air here. Connor Christensen will try to do that. First pitch is inside and almost hit him. And Christensen with a little bit of a look out to the mound. I understand that there was some interesting things that happened between Eastmont and Wenatchee this week in the other sports. So hopefully it doesn't affect what happens here in baseball. This pitch swung on and hit off the glove of third baseman Gent Llewellyn and going to trickle back behind him, and that's going to score a run. We're tied at 1. That was a hard hit ball. Boy, I don't know. I mean, it did hit his glove, but that's a tough play because that is a screamer right at him.
Yeah, his glove was just above the ball. I don't even know. I could see that you calling that an error or hit either way.
Owen Irvin will come in to run for the catcher at first base.
There's the second baseman, number 11, Brock Toughness.
I don't know if they scored that as an error or not yet, so I'm going to leave that blank for the time being. Meanwhile, toss to the bag at first to keep an eye on Irvin over there. Well, they scored that a base hit. A hard screamer at the third baseman, Gent Llewellyn. So that would give him an RBI with a runner scoring from third in Butler. And a 1-0 count here to Brock Toughness. He'll take the next pitch. Fastball missing away. Ball 2. Well, I'll tell you, Babs has got some velocity.
Yes, Colin, I feel like on this Eastmont team, he throws the hardest out of all of them. It's close between him or Bodie Yale.
2-0 to Toughness. Toss to the bag at first is not in time. I'll tell you, the guy at the plate right now, Brock Toughness, his left foot is almost out of the batter's box as he steps in there.
Oh, it's a little peculiar, but if it works, it works.
It's a wide open stance, and then he brings that foot back. I guess his toe is still in the box. Pitch here misses outside. Snap throw by the catcher is a little high by Whitehall. And the count runs to 3-0 on Brock Toughness.
I mean, despite the peculiar stance, Brock, in his one at bat, he went 1 for 1 with a single in the 6th inning.
Pitch here is inside for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Toughness. Moves Irvin down to second base, running for Christensen. Runners at first and second with 1 out. And that'll bring up Joe Skyleman.
There's the first baseman, number 1.
Skyleman really has a tendency to crowd in from that right-handed batter's box. Pitch on the way to him is a check swing foul at the plate. And the count 0-1 on Skyleman. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. Committed to preserving the environment not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but also with their other eco-friendly actions and alternatives. 0-1 the count to Skylerman. Pitch here is curveball, miss. Oh, strike 2 call. Well, it started at his elbow and came across the plate. Nice pitch there by Babst. Ahead of Skylerman. Needing it out here for Eastmont. This pitch, another curveball, strike 3 called. Skylerman thought it hit him. The umpire says, nope, that's strike 3. Skylerman tossed the bat and looked back at the umpire and saying, hey, that hit me in the elbow. And now his coach will come down and have a word. Josh Skylerman asking the umpire, well, wait a minute.
I think what he's trying to say is he leaned into it. He stuck his elbow out, I believe.
Okay. So a strikeout looking will be the official rule. 2 outs for Wenatchee in a tie game at 1-1. Brings up the 6th hitter in the inning, shortstop Matthew Butler. Butler stands in. The pitch on the way to him, swung on a fly ball foul and out of play on the left field side. 0-1 the count to Butler. Again, Eric Granstrom with Jackson Dodd here joining me on the broadcast today.
Yeah, Matthew went 1 for 3 with a double on Tuesday.
Pitch here, reach for one. That was a curveball going outside, and he got a piece of it, fouled it off. He's behind in the count at 0-2.
I know it's early, but it looks like he's really liking his curveball right now.
Yeah, it's got good movement on it. Good location so far. 0-2 count to Butler. And the pitch. Swung on a fly ball to shallow left field, but easy play out there for Bodie Yale. And that'll retire the side, but not before Wenatchee gets a run on a couple of hits, and they leave 2. We'll head to the 2nd. We're tied at 1. It's Eastmont. It's Wenatchee. It's Big 9 Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
So you may have heard the latest trend, shrinkflation. Companies are making products smaller and decreasing the quality of their ingredients. Well, at Abby's, we're going the opposite direction. We're sticking with the same plan that's worked since 1964. For a real value, head to Abby's. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Baseball this afternoon here on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you in part by Biosports Physical Therapy, Aquatherapy, Sports Biomechanics, Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Orthotics, all you need to keep moving. Find them online at biosports.net, open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Braden Bowman, Nate Whitehall, and Valenti Barrios do up here in the 2nd for Eastmont. In the first pitch on the way by Skylerman is low and inside for ball 1. Eastmont scored in the first on what was ruled an error on a bounded ball by Skylar Bryant. Matthew Butler got the ball to him, but his throw was low over to the bag at first, and so an E6 run scores. Wenatchee tied it in their part of the first on an RBI single by Connor Christensen to score. Griffin Butler had a beautiful bunt to start the inning. 1-1 pitch, swung on a ground to the shortstop. Another chance for Butler. This time he'll cleanly make this one for the out.
That's what you want to do right there. If you make an error, next ground ball you get, flush it, and just get the best outcome.
So what position do you play, Jackson?
I play second base, I'll play center field, and I'll pitch a little bit.
Okay, multi-tool man. I like that. Nate Whitehall steps in, the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to him is a little bit inside for ball 1. 1-0. One of the tallest high school catchers I think you'll find around. 1-0 the count to Whitehall. And the pitch on the way is inside and hit him. And so he'll get aboard with one down here in the 2nd. And we'll see if Eastmont puts a runner in for him. They can do that. They will.
Austin Akel coming out there for him.
Okay, so Akel will be the runner. E-A-K-L-E, by the way. And that'll bring up Valente Barrios, the center fielder. Steps in the left-handed batter's box with a runner 90 feet to his right at first. And the first pitch by Skylerman on the way to him. Swung on a miss. A little outside. And the count 0-1 here to Barrios. How did Barrios do in the game on Tuesday?
Valente did pretty well. He actually, never mind, he didn't. He went 0 for 3 with a K.
That's okay.
We're called a different game.
That's all right.
But this year he's done pretty well. I mean, he's drawing lots of walks. His on-base percentage right now is 367. Batting average is 269.
Runner from first goes. The pitch is outside. The throw down to second base is not in time. Head first slide. Stolen base for Akel. The advantage of getting that courtesy runner out at first. Evens the count to Barrios on the ball high and outside. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, I don't know if Whitehall's stealing that bag if he's down at first.
Yeah, no. Love me some catchers because I was one, but no. Pitch swung on and foul tipped into the glove of the catcher, Connor Christensen. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes here. 1 out. Runner in scoring position for Eastmont in a 1-1 game. The wind here has picked up a little bit as the game has started, blowing left to right here at the ballpark. Pitch on the way. Swung on a fly ball, laced to center field, but that'll be right to the right of Butler. Griffin Butler makes the catch. Runner at second holds. 2 down in the inning brings up the back of the top of the order, Tyson Llewellyn. Tice walked and scored in the first.
Number 11, Tice Llewellyn.
Llewellyn in the left-handed batter's box with first base open. Levi Skylerman checks the runner. Pitch on the way. Easy strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Again, John Steiner and Paul Weddle are our umpiring crew for today's doubleheader here at Recreation Park. Skylerman ready, and the right-hander's delivery. Swung on a miss. 0-2 to Llewellyn with 2 outs in the inning. Skylerman trying to keep that scoreboard right where it is at a 1-1 tie. Gets a sign from Christensen, and the pitch outside.
Yeah, he went there first pitch there, trying to see if he can get a call or a swing and a miss from Tice, but he did not bite.
The wind's forecast was blustery. This pitch is outside. The throw down to third base almost worked as a pitch out, if you will, but the throw was off the line at third base, and Branham had to come off the bag to field it. So give another stolen base to Akel. So he's got 2 in this courtesy situation. Meanwhile, the count to Llewellyn even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This pitch is inside for ball 3. Christensen comes from behind the plate to kind of settle his pitcher down here. Christensen settles back in. And Skylerman's full count pitch swung on and hit in the air to left field, shallow, and going out is the shortstop, and Butler will make the catch for the outs, and that will retire the side. So they get a runner aboard. He gets as far as third, but that'll be it for Eastmont in their part of the second. We'll head to the bottom of the second, all tied at 1. You're watching Eastmont and Wenatchee on the NCWLIFE Channel.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, family owned and operated on North Wenatchee Avenue, right next to Hooked on Toys. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue uses only fresh ingredients, handcrafted with love, including authentic Hawaiian barbecue and Japanese-style ramen noodle soups. And the bubble teas will keep you coming back for more. Enjoy the culinary tour of the Pacific Rim with Hawaiian barbecue lunches and combo plate classics, as well as ramen noodle soups. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Enjoy their comfort food like you're one of the family.
All tied up between the Panthers and Wildcats in the battle of the Cats here on the NCWLIFE Channel. To the bottom of the second we go. 7-8-9 due up for Wenatchee as Ryan Branham, Garrett Anderson, and Thomas Ivy are due up. Appreciate you joining us here on this delayed broadcast. The first pitch is a strike on the outside corner from Colin Babst. 0-1 the count to Ryan Branham. Third baseman is just a sophomore for the Wenatchee Panthers. Young lineup all the way from top to bottom for Wenatchee. This pitch misses away for ball 1. Evens the count to Branham at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Collins pitched pretty well today. Only giving up 2 hits and a strikeout, but those 2 hits right there were just hard hit balls right in the infield. Yeah. Hasn't really given up anything major yet in the outfield. Don't want to jinx it.
The 1-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 pitch evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Along with Jackson Dodd, Eric Granstrom with you here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Run apiece for both teams, and they're part of the first. We're in the bottom of the second. The 1-1 pitch, or 2-2, or make that 2-2 pitch is a strike 3 called on the outside corner. Gone looking is Branham, and that turns out to be the second strikeout to the game so far for Colin Babst.
Yeah, Ryan really thought that was a ball. You could just see from his attitude as he walking back.
This pitch bounces in for a ball to Garrett Anderson. 1-0 the count. The DH is a junior for Wenatchee.
Garrett with 1 at bat yesterday smacked a solo shot off Luke Gale.
This pitch bounces in outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Colin Babst ready with the next delivery, and that is a little bit outside as well for ball 3. So Colin so far has been around the strike zone. He did walk a batter on 4 pitches in the first, and now comes in with a strike. So the count 3-1 to Anderson.
He's liking that outside corner of this at bat.
Again, Babst with the delivery, and again tried to nibble on that outside corner, and according to the home plate umpire, he did successfully. So the count now full to Anderson at 3-2.
Good battle here by Colin. Being down 3-0, got 2 strikes in there.
This pitch misses away, so nibbling again was Babst, and he'll walk his second batter of the game. So 1 on with 1 out for Wenatchee. Thomas Ivy will now step in. Right field junior.
Yeah, Thomas, he went 0 for 1 and reached on an error on Tuesday's game.
Squares the bunt here, takes the bat back, and the fastball misses away for ball 1. Ivy back and ready. Pitch by Babst is inside for ball 2. Ivy did not feign a bunt that time around.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to trust him here. They can get a good piece of one.
The 1-1 pitch, or 2-0 pitch, excuse me, misses out. No, strike call. I'm going to need to just hold on a moment. The umpire very deliberate with his balls and strikes called behind home plate. 2-1 to count to Ivy. Toss to the bag at first to keep an eye closely on Garrett Anderson over there. Babst working from the stretch on the first base side of the rubber, and this beautiful curveball in for a strike, and the count even to Ivy at 2-2.
Good pitch right there, trusting his curveball. Just to get a nice little strike there, back there, even in the count.
Pitch swung on and a fly ball deep to right field, backing up, and the ball's going to go over the head of Skylar Bryant out there. Pedaling for third is the lead runner, Garrett Anderson. Into second with a double is Thomas Ivy doing a little dance out there at second base. Maybe a little help from the wind here at the ballpark, blowing left to right. That ball just took off on Skylar Bryant, kept going back, finally turned around, and the ball was over his head all the way to the fence.
Yeah, off the bat, I thought Skylar would be able to grab that ball, but that's just good two-strike hitting right there, trusting his hands and getting inside the ball and fighting it the other way.
Back to the top of the order for Griffin Butler now, as Wenatchee has runners in scoring position, 2 of which in the first pitch is a strike at the outside corner to Butler. 0-1 the count. He had a bunt single and scored Wenatchee's first run in the first. This pitch swung on a miss and a pitch in the dirt, and the count 0-2 now on Butler. Nice job by Colin Baps to come back in here. Butler really crowding in like Joe Skyleman from that right-handed batter's box. I mean, his toes are on the paint. The pitch on the way. Swung on a miss and a hefty swing on that pitch. I think he pulled the string a little bit. Way out in front was Butler.
He was trying to hit those 2 runners home in one swing.
He definitely was. So 2 down in the inning and a huge strikeout for Baps there. That'll be his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. That brings up Nolan Godfrey, who grounded out to second back in the first. Anderson at third, Ivy at second. The pitch misses outside and high for ball 1 to Godfrey. Baps has the sign. A pitch on the way is a strike at the outside corner. Beautiful bender there.
He's just painting that outside corner.
The 1-1. Another curveball. Good block by Whitehall behind the plate on a pitch that was skipping in the dirt. I say dirt. There is no dirt here because the artificial turf. 2-1 to count to Godfrey. Pitch swung on and hit foul into the chain link fence to the left side here, protecting the fans. Count even to Godfrey at 2-2. Can Baps get himself out of a little bit of a jam in the second? Runners at second and third with their lead. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and wow, what a job by Colin Baps as he gets his 4th strikeout and ends the threats. 2 left aboard. We'll head to the third. It's still 1-1. You're watching Eastmont and Wenatchee on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can use this lifetime warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Our broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Clean Air Connection. Keep your carpet, area rugs, upholstery, and air ducts clean for a healthier environment inside your home. Call Clean Air Connection today. They're also on the web at yourcleanconnection.com. Also by Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate. They've been helping the people of North Central Washington with real estate for over 40 years. Coldwell Banker Real Estate, I'll make that Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, is guiding you home in North Central Washington. Along with Jackson Dodd, Eric Granstrom with you as we head to the third inning in a 1-1 ball game. Tyson Mosseth, Jet Llewellyn, and Skylar Bryant due up here in the third for Eastmont to face Levi Scalaman. First pitch is across, but a little low for ball 1. One-0 pitch by Scalaman, swung on and chopped foul on the third base side.
Yeah, Tyson looking to bounce back here. Last Tuesday, he went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Not his best performance out there, but he's a pretty good hitter himself, so I know he can fight back here.
This pitch swung on and hit hard, and it will clang off of the light stanchion here at the ballpark. Count a ball and 2 strikes on the leadoff man for Eastmont here in the third. Tyson is 0 for 1 in the game with the strikeouts. Pitch inside and hit him. Boy, you hate to see that if you're Wenatchee. Had it a count at 1-2 and then hit the batter. That's a curveball that didn't.
Yeah, Tyson's a speed threat there too, so maybe a hit and run or a bunt call here.
Jet Llewellyn will be the man at the plate trying to negotiate the signs here from Darren Hoff in the third base coach's box. Llewellyn 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the first. Pitch on the way is squared the bunt and then brought the bat back and then swung at it. Meanwhile, a beautiful jump by Mosseth out there between first and second. He would have had that base stolen easily. But the count 0-1 to Jet.
Yeah, Jet, big power hitter guy for Eastmont. He's tied with three-way tie with 1 home run. He's hitting .378 this year with 5 RBIs.
Skylerman checks over his shoulder at the runner. The pitch is swung on and missed. Count goes to 0-2 on Jet Llewellyn.
Beautiful curveball right there.
So that'll make Llewellyn a hitter in the box with a runner at first base and nobody out here for Eastmont. Skylerman's delivery is swung on a chop to the left side. Over to his left is the third baseman, Branham. The throw on the relay to first, not in time, but they do get the lead runner. So Llewellyn aboard on the fielder's choice, 6-4. Mosseth out at second for the first out, and that'll bring up Skylar Bryant. Skylar got aboard on a ball that was hit really hard right at the third baseman. I waited to see how they scored it here in the ballpark, and they scored it in error. Excuse me, that was on Matthew Butler. That's right, that was the throw by Butler. This pitch inside and hit the batter, so Bryant will get aboard. Second hit batsman here in the inning.
Yeah, he's trying to get on that inside corner right there, but it just seems like he's just falling off or not getting his hand through all the way to get it in there.
So runners at first and second now for Eastmont. The second hit batsman of the inning here for Levi Skylerman. That'll bring up first baseman Luke Gale.
Number 15, Luke Gale.
Gale is 1 for 1 with a base hit, and this pitch swung on to the left side. Taking it to the bag himself is Branham. He'll get the lead runner there and get the second out assuredly. 5 unassisted on the putout. Fielder's choice puts Gale aboard. 2 down in the inning for the Wildcats. Bryant ends up down at second base on the play, and that'll bring up Bodie Yale. Yale 0 for 1 with a fly out to center in his first at bat, and the first pitch misses just inside for ball 1. A couple of weeks ago, is it now, that Bodie threw a no-hitter against Moses Lake?
Yeah, I think it was about 2 weeks from now. He was actually only 1 walk away from perfect game.
Pitch is grounded to third, and a nice play by Branham over there, so that'll retire the side. Eastmont gets a couple aboard. They leave 2. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It is a 1-1 contest between the Panthers and the Wildcats on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Our broadcast of Big 9 Baseball today on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health is dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. Also by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service and installation since 1982. Serving residential and commercial, they specialize in indoor air quality installation, service, and repair. To the bottom of the third we go. Connor Christensen, Brock Toffness, and Joe Skyleman, number 3, 4, 5 hitters, due up for Wenatchee in a 1-1 ball game. Well, it was good on Tuesday in a 4-3 Eastmont win, and we expected it to be pretty tight here today, and sure enough, it is. Pitch swung on and chopped towards the shortstop. In on the ball is Llewellyn, and Tice's throw over in time for the out. That's a tough play. Could be a between hop, but at least when you charge on this field as opposed to Eastmont's field, you'll probably get a sure bounce.
Yeah, we call the bad hops of Dan White the Dan White hops. It's just you get one straight true, you're like, oh, this is perfect. And you just bounce it to the right, and you're like, oh, shoot.
Where did that ball go?
Yep.
Brock Thompson steps up. First pitch is swung on a foul back, and the count 0-1. Thompson got aboard on a walk in his first plate appearance here today. Sun has come from behind the clouds that were kind of streaming overhead. Pitch swung on and fouled on the third base side. I'm trying to find Old Glory. Where did it go? There it is. It didn't move anywhere. I just couldn't see it for a minute. Seeing where the wind is blowing. It was blowing pretty stiffly there for about an inning from left to right. Now just kind of lightly in from left. 0-2 count to Toffness. And Colin Bapst swing and a miss on the next pitch. Boy, when he wants to reach down and just throw nothing but heat at you, he certainly can.
It looks like he's beaten most of the guys out today with his fastballs.
2 down here in the third. By the way, that's the 5th strikeout already by Bapst in the ball game. Brings up first baseman Joe Skyleman. Pitch to Skyleman, misses away for ball 1. Didn't miss by much.
Yeah, all 3 outs coming from 3 strikeouts from Colin.
Curveball here is a beauty, and it's across for a strike. Does he call it a curve? Is he calling it a slider? What is he calling this?
No, he calls it a curveball, traditional.
Okay, all right.
Fastball, curveball, changeup for sure.
Okay, this pitch misses away for a ball. 2-1 the count. I don't know too many high schoolers that have an actual slider.
I know Joe Skylerman, he threw it pretty well on Tuesday. But besides him, I don't really know.
Curveball here is across for a strike, and the count 2-2 on Joe. Struck out looking in his first plate appearance, and the first strikeout of the game by Bapst. Swinging a foul at the plate here will nick the batter in the lower leg, but it looks like he's none the worse for wear. 1-1 contest, bottom of the third. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel on a beautiful spring day to spend at the ballpark. Pitch swung on and hit back past the pitcher into center field for a base hit. Not much Colin Bapst could do about that. Right-handed pitcher falling down to his left towards the first base side. The ball came right back past behind him. So there's no chance for the pitcher on that sharply struck ball to get at it. And shortstop and for second baseman playing their positions. So it just goes just to the right of the second base bag into center field for a 2-out base hit. That brings up Matthew Butler.
Exactly at that point, if you're the pitcher, you're just trying to get out of the way. You don't want to get hit by that.
Toss to the bag at first, not in time. Oh, I need to see who's running out there at first base. Is Joe running for himself? Sure he is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, I keep thinking of Joe as being a pitcher, so I was thinking that he had a courtesy runner over there at first base. Pitch to Butler is a strike at the outside corner on an off-speed pitch by Bapst. The count 0-1. Bapst ready, and the pitch on the way is a little outside. Again, a deliberate call by our home plate umpire, John Steiner. 1-1, runner aboard, 2 outs in a tie ball game. Pitch on the way, swung on a fly ball to left field and right at Bodie Yale. We have had some fielders that look like they're battling the sun a little bit today. That line out looked like Bodie maybe had a little bit of a hard time with it, but nonetheless makes the catch for the out. And the Panthers done here in the third. Leave a man aboard. We'll head to the fourth, tied at 1. You're watching Eastmont and Wenatchee on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Sangster Motors has the hottest lineup of GMC vehicles in years. From the top-selling Sierra pickups to the all-new Canyon midsize, Sangster has you covered. Add the luxury of a new Yukon or the outrageous new Hummer Electric, and you have it all right here at Sangster Motors.
Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. Or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Let's Drop Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Let's Drop puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Right now, during our spring tire sale, save up to $80 on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
To the fourth inning of play we go in a 1-1 ball game along with Jackson Dodd. Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. Due up here for Eastmont in their part of the fourth. Braden Bowman, Nate Whitehall, and Valenti Barrios, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Coach Darren Hoff. Eastmont trying to keep pace with Moses Lake today in Big Nine play. Coming in with a record of 7-3 in the Big Nine, good enough for second place in the conference. First pitch here to Bowman, misses low for a ball.
Yeah, and I believe Wenatchee's only 1 game back from Eastmont here.
Yep, at 6-4 coming in. So a lot to be determined here in this, now that we're in the second half of the season. Pitch didn't miss by much. Boy, that was close from Levi Skylerman. 2-0 the count to Bowman. This pitch is a strike called. Bowman, by the way, 0 for 1. He grounded out to short in the second. Second time here today that he's the leadoff man in an inning. This fastball misses away for ball 3.
Yeah, Bowman actually primarily a hockey player. He's on the 18U Wenatchee Wild hockey team.
This pitch misses high. Well, he might be a hockey player, but today he's a baseball man, and he's got a good eye right there, so he'll get aboard with a leadoff walk. And looks like we're going to have a conversation at least, if not a pitching change. Been kind of a struggle here on the control for Levi Skylerman. That walk, by the way, is his second today, and he's also hit 3 batters. So it's been a challenge for sure.
Yeah, I think he's missing inside most of the time. That's where he's just getting all his right-handed batters right there with hit by pitches. But hopefully with this mound visit, he'll settle down a little bit and get his pitches going.
Now, Darren Hoff had Nate Whitehall come down to him. The runner at first, Braden Bowman, also involved in that conversation about whether Whitehall is confident enough to lay a bunt down. Sometimes, you know, catchers, me being a former catcher, I know we weren't necessarily the greatest bunters in the history of the world. First pitch as he squares to bunt, takes the pitch, snap throw down to first by Christensen, not in time. Yeah, the pitch called a ball, 1-0 the count to Nate Whitehall. Whitehall was hit by a pitch in the second. His courtesy runner Akel got as far as third base, but was not able to score. 1-0 the count, again Whitehall scoring the bunt. Pitch by Skylerman. He'll bring the bat back and take a strike. He evens the count at 1-1.
Wanted to catch the defense off guard there, but didn't get the pitch he liked.
Wenatchee doesn't look like they're believing he's actually going to bunt.
No.
the defensive alignment here is not showing, okay, we believe you're going to bunt. Pitch on the way. Runner from first goes. The pitch is inside, and the throw down to second base is in time. Christensen nails the runner. Beautiful throw. And the tag applied by Toughness out there.
That's exactly where you want your throw right there. Right on the bag. Right there, just ready to grab it and go.
The pitch was called a ball. 2-1 the count to Whitehall with nobody on board now for Eastmont. Partisan contingent here at Rec Park today. This pitch swung on and lifted in the air. That's going to drop in for a base hit. It's a little beautiful parachute shot by Whitehall. And now, you know, you start thinking about that as a coach. Shoulda, woulda, couldas. You had Bowman at first. Maybe he's around a third right now on that soft single by Whitehall, but you can't go back in time.
Nope.
So is Akel over there at first again?
Yep, Akel is back there.
Akel back at first base, running for Whitehall.
Trying
Meanwhile, one-on-one down brings up Valente Barrios. Runner for first goes, pitch swung on and hit off the glove of the first baseman, Skyleman. Everybody's going to be safe. Skyleman was keeping the runner at the bag at first, and then he broke towards second, did Akel. And then Joe was moving to his right, so he looked like he was going to be in perfect position to make that play, but did not as it glances off of his glove. So I think they're going to say an E2 or an E3 on that. Meanwhile, down to second goes Akel. So a defensive gaff for Wenatchee. Runners go. Pitch swung on to throw down to third base. Not in time. In cleanly is Akel with a stolen base. In fact, double steal pulled off here by Darren Hoff and the Wildcats.
It's a good throw right there. He nearly got him. He just got underneath the tag, I think.
Tice Llewellyn doing a good job trying to protect the runners, just kind of flailing that bat out there. 0-1 to count. The pitch here swung on a fly ball to left center field. Is it going to drop in? No, it'll no. The left fielder can't come up with it. Godfrey battling the sun today. Now throws the ball away. The catcher comes back, does a little slide hook behind the in front of the backstop, and a run's going to score, and everybody's going to be safe.
No, yeah, that sun's definitely an issue right now. Wonder if when it sets later it won't be a problem, but certainly right now those left fielders are battling it.
So Eastmont takes the lead as Akel comes home to score. They hold Barrios at third base on the play. Down to second on the throw home goes Llewellyn. And the pitch swung on here and off the glove of Branham, and everybody going to be safe again. No run will score as Barrios held up out there at third base with a ball that didn't get too far away from Branham.
Yeah.
And I think another error going to be charged here. It was a hard hit ball, but it went right to the glove of the third baseman.
I would say so. He usually makes that play.
So E5 loads the bases for Eastmont. Still only one out, by the way. And Jet Llewellyn, a man who could put a big dent in the scoreboard right now. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Struck out and hit into a fielder's choice. Pitch here is inside, missing for ball one.
This is Jet's dream scenario right now. Bases loaded, one out. Ready to drive one into a gap here.
Infield at double play depth, hoping to get that chance. Pitch on the way is a curveball missing outside for ball two. And the way things have gone here lately for Levi Skyleman, if he does not get this batter, this might be the last guy he faces. Front end of a double header, too. You hope your starter in the front end of the double header goes as long as he can. Pitch swung on, chopped to the third baseman. Branham throws home, and the play made on the force at home. Good job by Branham on a slow bouncer. And the throw to Christensen, who is able to field the ball and keep his foot on the base at home. So a fielder's choice. Llewellyn aboard 5-2 on the putout at home of Barrios. 2 down in the inning. And if you're Wenatchee's defense, what the doctor ordered, but now the doctor says he's a little sick because he's been hit by a pitch, and a run's going to score, and Eastmont leads it 3-1.
That's Skylar's second time being hit.
It's a heck of a way to draw an RBI, but he'll take it. Llewellyn scores on the play. Pitch here is a strike to Luke Gale. In the dirt outside goes this pitch. Count evens to Gale at 1-1 strike.
Yeah, Eastmont needs to get a run here. Just build that cushion even more. I mean, they're up 3-1 right now, but with bases loaded, you do not want to waste this opportunity.
Mosseth at third, Llewellyn at second, Bryant at first. And the pitch on the way, swung on, and this is going to drive in another run at least. 1 run scores on the single to center. They're going to try to score 2. The throw home is up the line to first base, and a 2-run single by Luke Gale. And Eastmont has opened it up. It's now 5-1.
Great hit right there, just staying up the middle and fighting it that way.
Mosseth scores from third base. Jet Llewellyn, who is definitely a jet on the base paths, scores from second. Bryant will hold up at second base, and now we're going to get a pitching change. So we'll take a 60-second break on the broadcast as well, as Wenatchee now finds themselves in a hole here, 5-1, as Eastmont continues to bat in the 4th. You're watching Big 9 Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
Now is a great time to get an offer you'll love on the Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid. Inventory is here, so bring on the fun, bring on the weekend getaways, bring on the memories. And get a great offer on a Honda, named the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Well, new pitcher for the Panthers coming in from left field to take over on the mound is Nolan Godfrey. Godfrey will pitch, and then going into left field is Brian Martinez. So Levi Skyleman out of the ball game. The 9th man of the inning will come to the plate in Bodie Yale. There are 2 outs in the inning with runners at first and second now for Eastmont, who has scored 4 runs in the inning to take a 5-1 lead. First pitch from Godfrey misses outside for ball 1. Yale 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. Pitch by Godfrey is a fastball missing away for ball 2. Didn't miss by much, but outside the strike zone according to our home plate umpire, John Steiner.
Yeah, Godfrey, a really good utility player. Tuesday he was playing second base. Earlier today, left field, and now pitching.
And he definitely had a battle out there in left field with the sunshine today for Wenatchee.
He's probably glad to be out here.
Yeah. Put me on the mound, put that sun over my shoulder to my back. 3-0 count to Yale here, and a strike called. Godfrey trying to find the final out here. Pitch on the way is a strike on the inside corner. The count runs full of 3-2. Bodie thought maybe ball 4. Umpire says nope. Bodie back in the right-handed batter's box. Sophomore is ready. Godfrey ready. And the pitch on the way as the runners go. Swung on and hit in the air. And this is going to get caught by the center fielder. And Griffin Butler will finally retire the side, but not before Eastmont gets 4 runs in the frame. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Wildcats on top of the Panthers 5-1. You're watching Big 9 Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free.
Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Our broadcast on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their number one priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pickup and drop-off available too. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Also by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. That's 509-423-2207. Well, Colin Baps finds himself with a little cushion here in a 5-1 ball game as the Eastmont right-hander delivers the first pitch. It's swung on and foul tipped into the glove by Ryan Branham. 0-1 the count. Branham 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. The fastball here misses away. 1-1 the count. Couple of errors defensively for Wenatchee in the top half of this inning as Eastmont scored 4 runs, brought 9 men to the plate. This pitch is a fastball strike in the count 1-2 on Branham. He'll be followed by Garrett Anderson and Thomas Ivy, the lineup due-up here for Wenatchee. Pitch swung on and missed, and he blew that fastball by him. And the strikeout.
I think that's 6 now.
Number 6 in the ball game for Colin Bapst. Brings up the designated hitter, Garrett Anderson. He was walked back in the second. Pitch misses high for ball 1. Along with Jackson Dodd, Eric Granstrom with you here on the NCWLIFE Channel. The 1-0 pitch swung on, popped up a mile high in the infield. Second baseman dropping back is Motseth. He'll make the catch on the edge of the grass for the out.
Second base should be glad that they're not doing with the sun that left fielders are experiencing.
Yeah, it seems like left field battling it more than the shortstop or the third baseman right now.
Yeah, you can just see, like, when the balls hit their way, they're unsteady in their first couple of steps.
Yeah, especially with Godfrey out there. It was an adventure. 2 down in the inning brings up the right fielder, Thomas Ivy. First pitch to him, swung on a fly ball down the right field line. It's going to go foul, but will. Diving play over there. Look out as Bryant tried to make the catch in foul territory. That was a heck of an effort out there by Schuyler. Just turns out to be a long strike. 0-1 the count. I think he's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Oh, you know he is. But he's a football player, so he's probably used to it.
He's tough. Schuyler back in position in right field. His pitcher, Colin Bapst, give him a little moment to kind of collect himself first. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Ivy is bouncing in for a ball. 1-1 the count. Our broadcast brought to you also by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament event today. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your tee time at 509-884-4653. The pitch swung on and chopped up the third baseline, but foul. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes on Thomas Ivy. 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Eastmont. 1 run, 4 hits, and 3 errors for Wenatchee. The 1-2 pitch. Low.
Yeah, Ivy looking good today with double to the right side. You know, as a righty, you could really want to hit that way, catch people off guard.
And I think that ball that went over Bryant's head earlier had a little help from the wind here today. Swing and a miss. And the 7th strikeout and a 1-2-3 frame here for the Colin Bapst and the Wenatchee Panthers offensively against Bapst, who's really dealing here today. We'll head to the 5th inning, and it is a 5-1 Eastmont lead. You're watching Big 9 Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
5-1 our score as we head to the 5th inning of play as Eastmont leads it over Wenatchee. And starting it off here in the 5th is the same guy who was up there to start the 4th, and he'll take the first pitch for a strike, Will Braden Bowman. Bowman got aboard on a walk in the 4th inning, and then it just kind of, the wheels rattled on the apple cart for Wenatchee. 1-1 to count. You close the book now, by the way, on Levi Skyleman. He went 3+. Pitch here grounded to the first baseman. Easy play for Joe over there. 3 unassisted on the put out. 1 out here in the 5th. So 3 2/3 for Levi Skyleman today. Gave up the 5 runs on the 4 hits. Pitch here is a strike to Nate Whitehall. 0-1 the count. Whitehall hit by pitch and singled, and he is going to be flying out this time around, as Martinez also had a battle with that sun out there in left field. 2 outs. That'll bring up Valenti Barrios.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Nate right there, just jumping on that, finding it that way. He's probably just hoping that he would get that ball lost in the sun, but didn't get there.
Pitch misses outside from Godfrey. Only 2 of the 5 runs were earned here, by the way, for Eastmont in the game. It was an adventure on the mound for Levi Skyleman today. Had a couple of walks and 3 hit batsmen.
2 strikeouts, too.
Pitch here misses outside for a ball. 2-1 the count to Barrios. Pitch swung on and hit hard but foul up the first base side as Barrios was way out in front of that one. The count 2-2. Our broadcast also brought to you by the Inland Northwest Honda dealers, including Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. 2-2 count to Barrios. Nobody aboard. 2 down in the inning, and the pitch is foul at the plate as Barrios stays alive. Little hint of a breeze blowing from left to right here at the ballpark, but gorgeous day for baseball. Pitch swung on a line drive right to Joe Skyleman, who will take it to the bag himself for the out. And for the first time today, Wenatchee defensively turns the Wildcats around 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Suddenly, it's getting kind of game time here for Wenatchee as they trail up 5-1. You're watching Big 9 Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Allergens. You can't see them, but they live in your carpet and your air ducts. Call the experts at Clean Air Connection for a clean, healthy living environment. Experience, education, and the right equipment equals the best cleaning job possible. Call Clean Air Connection today. Pet dander, allergens, dust, and pollen? Trust your home's carpet and duct cleaning to the experienced experts at Clean Connection. This locally owned family business educates their staff and uses only the best equipment. Call Clean Air Connection today.
Our broadcast today on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Kennedy Real Estate Group. They're more than selling houses, they're building communities. Buying or selling? Call Kennedy Real Estate Group online at kennedygroup.com. Leading it off for Wenatchee, top of the order, Griffin Butler, Nolan Godfrey, Connor Christensen. Wenatchee trailing at 5-1 as Colin Baps continues to toss on the mound for the Wildcats. First pitch on the way here is missing just outside for ball 1.
That's a nasty break to that pitch right there.
And Baps has been throwing that all game long. This pitch swung on a well-hit ball to deep center, backing up just a few steps, however, and having plenty of room as Barrios out there in the deepest part of the ballpark. So a fly out to center for the first outs. as that now is 5 in a row retired by Babst, and that'll bring up Nolan Godfrey.
Yeah, Collins getting pretty late into this game with not a lot of sign of fatigue here.
Pitch on the way is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. I'm glad I'm slowing down the call on that now, because I would have called that a ball just looking at it.
Me too.
The 0-1 pitch swung on and hit hard, but on the ground right to the first baseman, Luke Gale. He'll take it to the bag himself for the out. 3 unassisted on the putout. And now you start adding them up. 6 in a row retired by Babst. 2 down in the 5th. Yeah, go ahead.
That's 2 outs just in 4 pitches. So he's just keeping that pitch count down later in the game. He's just trying to get back to the batter's box.
Pitch on the way is swung on, popped up in the infield, and going to be an easy 1-2-3 frame for Eastmont and for Babst, as we will head to the 6th, with it being the Wildcats 5, the Panthers 1. You're watching Big 9 Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the move meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an Environmentally Green Dealership Award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
To the 6th inning we go. Top of the order due up for Eastmont, Tice Llewellyn, Tyson Mosseth, and Jet Llewellyn. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Les Schwab. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of essential safety. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously. Stop by today. Well, Llewellyn 1 for 2 in the ball game, scored twice, RBI as well. In the first pitch, a fastball low and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Tice, who walked and scored in the first. Popped out to short in the second and had a base hit and an RBI and scored in the 4th. This pitch is a called strike to Llewellyn. 1-1 the count. Eastmont trying to take the series against Wenatchee. They won on Tuesday 4-3. This pitch swung on and lifted in the air. It's going to drop in for a base hit between left and center. So a leadoff base hit for Tice Llewellyn. So good day for him at the plate here in game 1 of this doubleheader. He's now 2 for 3.
Yeah, Tice gets on base, looks like 417 is what his on-base percentage is. He leads the team with 8 walks.
Tyson Mosseth will now step up, looking for his first safe hit of the day. Got aboard on an error in his last at-bat. Snap throw down to first by Christensen is not in time. Pitch was called a strike to Mosseth, by the way. Tyson struck out in the first, got hit by a pitch in the third, got aboard on the air, and scored in the 4th. 0-1, tossed to the bag at first again by Nolan Godfrey, second pitcher of the day for the Panthers. Again, Mosseth squaring the bunt, but then chopped at it as the runner from first was going. 0-2 the count.
That fake bunt is the first time I've seen him use it all season. Trying to mix in some new looks against Wenatchee, who they've played with since they were in Little League, so it's smart.
Yeah. 0-2 the count. Llewellyn at first base. Pitch inside and goes over the head of the batter all the way to the backstop. Christensen turned around and the ball came bouncing off the backstop right to him, but no chance to throw down to second base. So Llewellyn moves up on a wild pitch, and the count goes to 2 strikes on Tyson Mosseth. He's won yet again with a runner in scoring position, putting pressure on the defense all game long. Pitch on the way, swung on, popped up, and foul, and out of play. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Sangster Motors, family-owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. Also by Save Mart, shop smart, shop local, serving the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. One and two to Mosseth. Pitch inside and hit him. Again, second time today for Wenatchee pitchers that they've been ahead of a batter and then hit a batter.
Yeah, it's just been a little bit of a rough day for them there with their command.
That's the fourth hit batsman of the game here for Eastmont. So runners at first and second with nobody out. That brings up the third baseman, Jet Llewellyn. Jet looking for his first safe hit of the game. He's hit into a couple of fielders' choices and struck out, so he's 0 for 3. Pitch to him as he squares to bunt, bunts it up the third baseline, and this will trickle, stay fair. How about that? Now, you might, in a normal, natural grass and dirt infield, blame that on the chalk stripe. But the chalk stripe is part of the artificial surface here. That ball just looked like it hit it and stopped, which it did, but there's no elevation change between the two.
No, if that's on Dan White, that's definitely going foul.
So runners all the way around the horn on the bunt single by Llewellyn. First pitch almost hit Skylar Bryant. He's been hit twice today. That make the trifecta.
And he's got the bruise from right field.
This pitch, that's right, diving for a ball in foul territory. He's going to need an ice bath after this one.
Hopefully third time's the charm on just getting hit today. So hopefully we'll call it a day on being hit for him.
2-0 the count to Bryant with the bases jammed. Pitch on the way is high for ball 3. No place to put Skylar if you're Nolan Godfrey and the Wenatchee Panthers. Trying to keep it at a 4-run differential right now at 5-1. Cloud blots out the sun. Pitch on the way is high for ball 4, and the Cloud kind of made a dooming situation here for the Panthers defense. So Llewellyn will score. That's Tice variety. Tyson Mosseth goes to third. Jet Llewellyn out to second. Gives Skylar Bryant an RBI. So the second time he's not had to swing the bat and scored a run. He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded for an RBI in the fourth, and now walks with the bases loaded in the sixth. First pitch to Luke Gale fouled away, and the count 0-1. Looking for some more RBIs here. The pitch swung on and lifted in the air to right field, and he'll get an RBI as the runner from third will score on the sacrifice fly.
That's 3 RBIs for Luke today. He's seen the ball really well today and just being a very well situational hitter.
Scoring on the play is Mosseth. Over to third goes Jet Llewellyn. Bryant will hold up at first on the play. 2 runs are in. It's a 7-1 ball game. That brings up Bodie Yale. Nope, excuse me. Pinch hitter coming in.
Carter Heimbigner.
Heimbigner will hit.
Number 3, Carter Heimbigner.
So Cody looks at the first pitch. It's a fastball inside for ball 1.
Carter's tied for first for the Eastmont roster with 8 RBIs and hitting .250 this year with a .438 on-base percentage.
Runner from first goes. The pitch is high. The throw down to second, cut off by the second baseman. The runner from third does not go. So give a stolen base to Skylar Bryant.
Skylar now has 5 stolen bases with that right there. He's leading the team as well.
2-0 the count, meanwhile, to Heimbigner, and the pitch misses inside for ball 3. So the game has gotten a little squirrely here if you're Wenatchee, with Eastmont on top 7-1 and looking to add more here. 3-0 pitch is across for a strike. Braden Bowman would be waiting, on deck. Pitch swung on a grounder to the left side. Shortstop backhands the ball. Long throw across is not in time. Give an RBI single to Heimbigner on the infield single. Jet Llewellyn scores easily on the play. Eastmont now up 8-1.
That is the designated hitter number 14, Braden Bowman.
And it's just tough. The errors and the hit by pitches, it just dug Wenatchee a hole. As my coach likes to say, the team that has the least amount of errors will for sure win the game.
Braden Bowman steps up, rips a ball just inside the bag at third in the left field. They're waving Skylar Bryant around from third. He will score on the play, and it is now 9-1 Eastmont on top. RBI for Bowman. Give him a single. As Heimbigner running in front of him, stopped at second. Nate Whitehall would be the batter. I think at this point they'll probably, unless Nolan just can't finish in a situation like this, they'll just have to have Godfrey stay out there if you're Wenatchee. Whitehall is 1 for 2 in the game with a run scored. Godfrey, after a check at second, pitches to the plate, and it's a curveball in for a called strike. 0-1 the count to Nate Whitehall. Hit by a pitch in the second. He singled and scored in the fourth. Well, Akel scored for him in the fourth. And then a fly out in the fifth. Godfrey again looking at the dancing defense. And the pitch is swung on and fouled away. And the count's 0-2 here to Nate. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Authentic Hawaiian barbecue. Hawaiian Loco Moco plate. Japanese-style ramen. And bubble tea. Stop by 1450 North Wenatchee Avenue today. Sounds pretty good.
I could use some bubble tea right now.
0-2 count. Pitch on the way, swung on and hit in the air, but foul on the first base side. Down to play. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes, along with Jackson Dodd. Eric Granstrom with you here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Good swing right there, just to get that ball in play and just fight it off. Not going down easy.
Inside and ouch, hit him. So second time today, Nate Whitehall has been hit by a pitch. And if my math is correct, that's the 5th hit batsman for Eastmont today. That'll load the bases up.
I have actually 6 hit
Do
batters.
you have 6?
Yep.
Okay.
2 for Nate, 2 for
that's
Skylar, and 2 for Tyson.
An adventure, to say the least, for the Wenatchee pitching staff today. And for the second time here today, Eastmont will bring the 9th man to the plate in an inning. And by the way, there's still only 1 out in the frame. So unless Wenatchee can get the double play here, Eastmont will bat around. The pitch swung on and hit hard but foul by Barrios. 0-1 the count. Valente looking for his first safe hit of the game. Flew out in the second. Grounded out in the fourth. Lined out in the fifth.
Yeah, Valente
or actually got aboard on an error back in the fourth inning.
Looking what I see right now, Valente wants to pull this ball and get a nice little line drive.
This pitch is swung on and hit the foul or fair ball down the left field line, and that's going to be dropped by the left fielder, but they're going to score just 1 on the play, as it is an RBI single for Barrios. He kind of looped the swing and kind of doinked it down the left field line, and that had a lot of English on it, I imagine, from the left-handed batter. So Bryant scores easily. Heimbigner winds up at third base. Excuse me, Bryant scored earlier. That's right. Did I get that right? 4 runs in the inning. 10-1. No, it was 7-1 coming in.
Yeah.
So 5 runs in the
5 now, yeah.
Okay.
I'll say this for Tyson instead of Valente, because Valente proved me wrong, but the right fielder is playing super far back here. Tyson's able just to loop a nice little line drive over the first baseman's head. Could at least score 2 here.
1-2 the count to Tice Llewellyn, who started the inning off. Pitch swung on a chop to the second baseman. They'll go to second for 1. The relay to first is in time. They do get the double play. 4-6-3 on the double play, and that will be the inning. But finally, it was a tough one as Eastmont scores 5 more. They lead it 10-1. You're watching Big 9 Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
So you may have heard the latest trend, shrinkflation. Companies are making products smaller and decreasing the quality of their ingredients. Well, at Abby's, we're going the opposite direction. We're sticking with the same plan that's worked since 1964. For a real value, head to Abby's. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
Well, the first pitch here to the first batter in the bottom of the 6th is a pitch missing low and outside as Babs continues to toss for Eastmont. The next pitch misses outside as well for ball 2 to Brock Toughness. He'll be followed by Joe Skyleman and Matthew Butler. 10-1 the score as we're here in the bottom of the 6th. All Eastmont today. The Wildcats scored 1 in the first. Wenatchee came back and tied it at 1, but then it's been Eastmont with 4 in the 4th and 5 in the top half of the 6th. 3-0 the count, and the next pitch is in there for a strike, and the count 3-1 on Brock Toughness, who is 0 for 1 today. He walked in the first and struck out in the third. By the way, 7 strikeouts for Mr. Babst in the ballgame, but he'll walk his first batter here. That is what, the third walk of the game for Colin Babst.
Yeah, that's a really good right there for 6 innings.
Joe Skyleman will now step in. He's 1 for 2 with a base hit and a strikeout. Babst with a runner behind him at first. It's been kind of rare today for Wenatchee. A swing and a miss by Joe Skyleman. Our broadcast brought to you by Together for Youth, encouraging you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. A fly ball to left field. It's going to drop down for extra bases. As the ball gets past the left fielder, Bodie Yale can't field it cleanly. And now the throw home and diving play at the plate, and the throw is not in time. Meanwhile, down to third base on the play goes Joe Skyleman. Giving him a double. Now we'll see if they
double with an error.
An error on the left fielder. It can't be Bodie Yale out there anymore. He was hit for. So we'll have to see who's out there in left field now for Eastmont.
Oh, I believe that is Tyson Mosseth. Carter Heimbigner is now at second.
Okay, thank you for that. Discussion on the mound now as Darren Hoff comes out, and got to look at the pitch count for Babst. See how much he's got left in the tank, and you don't want to give the opposition, breathing space in what was a 10-1, now a 10-2 ball game.
Now with the runner on third as well with no outs, they're in a great position to advance.
So the runner scores on the error on the left fielder. And then on the throw home, Skyleman moves down to third base. Matthew Butler at the plate, by the way, and the pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Butler 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts to left field. So Mosseth needs to be aware. This pitch swung on a loop down the right field line. Foul territory. First baseman trying to get after it, and he will make the catch.
Yes, he did.
Wow, how about that? Luke Gale, over the shoulder, behind his back almost, makes the catch down in foul territory for the out. So 1 out, and the runner at third had to hold on the play. Does Skyleman. That'll bring up Ryan Branham. Pitch is swung on and missed by Branham. 0-1 the count. Branham victim of a couple of strikeouts, one looking and one swinging here in the game. 0-1 the count to him, and another swing and a miss. And Branham having a hard time figuring out Colin Bapst here today.
Yeah, Colin's got his number. He's just mixing up his sequences. He's found what's right just for him personally.
10-2 the score here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch on the way is outside for a ball. 1-2 the count to Ryan Branham. Bapst quickly working, and the pitch misses away for ball 2.
It's a good spot right there, just trying to see if you can get him outside.
Bapst ready. Pitch swung on and missed, and 3 strikeouts against Ryan Branham here in the game today. That is strikeout number 8, correct?
Yes, that is.
Yeah. 2 down in the inning. That'll bring up DH Garrett Anderson. Anderson 0 for 1, walked and popped out. First pitch to him misses for ball 1. Again, Joe Skyleman down there at third base after a double and then moved to third on a throw home. This pitch misses a little bit high for a ball. 2-0 the count. Well, the Mariners off to a slow start this season. They are on a 3-game winning streak, however, heading into Colorado. Pitch here is off the catcher. 3-0 the count to Garrett Anderson. Colin Bapst with the delivery. This one's a strike. Shows you something about a guy and his confidence in his curveball when he's down in the count 3-0 and throws that for a strike.
He's been throwing it all day today, and he's at everybody's number with it.
Cued off the end of the bat right to Luke Gale at first base. He'll take it to the bag himself. Well, Wenatchee does get a run on a hit and an error. One man is left. We'll head to the 7th frame. 10-2. Eastmont on top. You're watching Big Nine Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
Dude over there.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCWLIFE Channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, family owned and operated on North Wenatchee Avenue, right next to Hooked on Toys. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue uses only fresh ingredients handcrafted with love, including authentic Hawaiian barbecue and Japanese-style ramen noodle soups. And the bubble teas will keep you coming back for more. Enjoy the culinary tour of the Pacific Rim with Hawaiian barbecue lunches and combo plate classics, as well as ramen noodle soups. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Enjoy their comfort food like you're one of the family.
You're watching Big Nine Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel as we head to the 7th inning, and a new pitcher on the mound for Wenatchee as Isaac Black will take over for Nolan Godfrey. Black will be the 3rd pitcher of record here for Wenatchee in the ball game. Trying to hold on to make it a 10-2 ball game. Looks like we lost the scoreboard, and I think Dan Kuntz unplugging our, I think you killed the scoreboard there, Dan. Oh, no. Okay, so Isaac Black will take over on the mound. Oh, sorry about that, Mr. Scorekeeper, sir. Nolan Godfrey goes an inning and a third. And had, was roughed up in that 6th frame.
Mm-hmm. Giving up 4 hits. That's what I got on here?
Yep. So here we go to the 7th. Tyson Mosseth will lead it off for the Eastmont Wildcats as Black's first pitch is a little outside for a ball. 1-0 the count.
Tyson's going to have plenty of bruises tonight, getting hit twice today.
Pitch here misses outside for ball 2, 2-0. In a 10-2 ball game, 10 runs on the scoreboard anyway. For Eastmont, and what do they have them from 9 hits? Is that what the scoreboard says?
Yeah, it's 9 hits. I think it's just about
2-1 the count to Mosseth. He'll take ball 3. Also due up here in the 7th for the Wildcats, Jet Llewellyn and Skylar Bryant. Of course, this is the front end of 2 games today. So Eastmont going for the sweep, and a line drive caught by Joe Skylerman over there at first base. Took about 2 steps to his left as the ball sailed over the first base bag. Skylerman makes the catch for the out. And it looks like Skylerman got a little bit of a razzing from the Eastmont dugout. Of course, all these guys know each other real well. Pitch here to Jet Llewellyn, misses inside for ball 1.
Yeah, all year long we're always talking about, what happens when we go against Wenatchee, what happens. So the game plan's always focus on Wenatchee and focus on how we're going to beat them and do our best against them.
Again, Jackson Dodd being an Eastmont player, by the way, and an Eastmont student. You've done really well on not being partisan here. I appreciate that.
I've tried my best.
Yeah, that was the first time I think you said we all day, so that's pretty good.
I'll take that.
Llewellyn grounds out, by the way, to the infield. 2 down here in the 7th.
Oh, no, he reached.
Oh, he reached. I'm sorry. What was I looking at? So they score that an infield single?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they did. Okay. My apologies. 1-0 the count to the next batter. Swung on and kind of fisted in the air, and that's going to go right to the second baseman, and they're going to double up the runner at first. Nice play out there by Brock Toffness. A soft line out. So 4-3 is the double play. And see, I told you that Llewellyn was out.
A little early.
It just came a little bit after the fact. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. 10-2, Eastmont on top of Wenatchee. You're watching Big 9 Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way.
Go ahead and move this chafe on the other side. You can lift this up. Time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Our broadcast brought to you in part by Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center, a regional hub for career and technical education programs that equip high school age students with personal, workplace, and technical skills. Give them a call today at 509-662-8827. That's 509-662-8827. To the bottom of the 7th, Thomas Ivy, Griffin Butler, and Nolan Godfrey due up in a last chance here for Wenatchee in this one, as they trail it 10-2 here against their Cross River rivals. Eastmont, if they win this, will win the series because there's only 3 games the teams play against each other. And it's interesting how the Big 9 does the scheduling because they play all 3 games within a week span. And I kind of like that, actually. First pitch here, swung on and a fly ball, but out of play on the first base side against Ivy.
Yeah, as a player, personally, it just makes things a lot easier. Just how
well, yeah, you just focus, okay, this is who we have this week.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to worry about anybody else. That's it.
Exactly.
0-1 the count to Thomas, who's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Pitch here swung on and foul. That was a pitch that was inside. Oh, we should mention new pitcher, right?
Nope. Colin's still in, apparently.
Going to try to go for the complete game, huh? All right. All righty.
It's gone down 0-2.
Well, that's going to save arms for game 2 if necessary.
That's for sure.
0-2 pitch is high. Look out. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes to Thomas.
Just making a guess here, but I think Bodie Yale will start next game.
The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Gone is Ivy for the first out here of the 7th. And that would be 9 strikeouts for Colin Babst. How about it for Colin here today, the senior coming through for the Wildcats?
That's 33 strikeouts now on the season for him.
Back to the top of the order for center fielder Griffin Butler. First pitch swung on a fly ball deep to left field and going and goodbye baseball. Nope, it's fair, or it's a fair ball, and it's going to be a triple for Butler. I thought the ball was over the fence. It disappeared from my view.
That's a tough spot, yeah.
The Mouses was able to check it down in foul territory once it finally clanged off the fence out there.
Yeah, Butler 2 for 4. Similar numbers as Tuesday himself. He's really shown himself and proven himself as
a freshman, by the way.
Exactly.
How about that?
I mean, you look at him, you don't think he's a freshman. He looks like he's a sophomore. But he has the power and speed for varsity level.
We've got a pitching change being made here as Baps tried to get the final 2 outs of the game and give him a complete game win, but he will be replaced. We'll find out who will replace him coming up after this break here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Sangster Motors has the hottest lineup of GMC vehicles in years. From the top-selling Sierra pickups to the all-new Canyon midsize, Sangster has you covered. Add the luxury of a new Yukon or the outrageous new Hummer Electric, and you have it all right here at Sangster Motors.
Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. Or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value.
New pitcher in the game for the Eastmont Wildcats will be Camden Schmitten. He will take over for Colin Baps, who goes 6 1/3. He is responsible for the runner at third base in a 10-2 contest, looking to get the win here today. Colin gave up the 2 runs so far. Both of those were earned. 9 strikeouts and 3 walks. Great outing for Colin Baps here this afternoon at Recreation Park as Mr. Schmitten will take over. What can you tell me about Mr. Schmitten?
Camden, 3 strikeouts on the year. He's got a 1-1 record and a 21 ERA. He hasn't pitched a lot, so that's why it's so high. But see if he can come through.
I remember he had kind of a rough game in the game we broadcast against Moses Lake earlier this season.
Yeah, against that tough Moses team, I can for sure see.
He shares the wealth there with having a tough time against Moses Lake. That's for sure. So Nolan Godfrey will step up with a runner at third base and 1 out in the inning, and the pitch by Schmitten way outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Dan Kuntz has been a very busy guy today, our line producer here this afternoon. Matt Harrison taking care of camera duties out there in center field. We've also got Cagney Fox and Tim Bernowski on the first base side. This curveball is missing. Boy, didn't miss by much. 3-0 the count.
Yeah, and speaking of Moses, Wenatchee's playing him next week.
Pitch here, foul back, and the count goes to 3-1. Yeah, that should be interesting. You know, also depending on what happens here in game 2 today of this doubleheader. If Wenatchee's able to come back and swing and a miss by Godfrey here, the count goes to 3-2.
Yeah, and then following Moses, they're playing Davis, who's ranked 3rd right now in district. So 2 pretty tough teams, but Wenatchee's pretty scrappy. So I can see them battling hard against those 2 teams.
3-2 pitch misses inside for ball 4. So a walk with 1 out puts runners on the corners for Wenatchee. That'll bring up Connor Christensen. Connor is 1 for 3 in the ball game with a base hit in the first and an RBI. Grounded out to short in the 3rd and popped to short in the 5th. So if you're Tice Llewellyn, be on the lookout. This pitch is a called strike in the count 0-1. Schmitten back on the hill and ready. The pitch on the way is in the dirt outside. Nice stop by Whitehall. And the count evens to Christensen at a ball and a strike.
Do you think those glasses are for intimidation or are they prescribed?
I would say prescription.
Yes, they are. Can't see the signs sometimes, so that's why he has to wear them.
The 1-1 pitch swung on and hit hard and fair. That's going to score a run for Wenatchee. So rally time for the Panthers, and getting into third on the play with a heads-up running opportunity for Nolan Godfrey. So give Connor Christensen the RBI. His he'll drive home Butler. It's now 10-3. Christensen gets down to second on the throw to third on the play. That'll bring up Brock Toughness. Meanwhile, a courtesy runner comes out there at sec base. Yes, Mr. Irvin again. This pitch swung on, fisted in left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs scores. It's now 10-5. So Toughness with a couple of RBIs. Godfrey scores. Irvin scores. Wenatchee's not done yet.
Like I said, Scrappy, they're not going to go out easy on you.
And Joe Skyleman steps up. The first pitch to him is hit foul down the right field line and out of play. Three runs in the inning, only 1 out still for Wenatchee. Skyleman back and ready, and the pitch on the way, swung on a fly ball to center. Backing up is Barrios. He'll camp under it now and make the catch for the second out of the inning. Runner back to first goes Toughness. Hit hard.
That's for sure. They've been hitting the ball really hard today when they get the handle of it, especially this inning right here.
That'll bring up Matthew Butler, who's 0 for 3 with a couple of flyouts. Well, a fly out to left, a line out to left, and a pop foul in his last at bat as Luke Gale made it an acrobatic catch in foul territory. This pitch is a ball. Missing outside was Schmitten. Trying to get the final out and put the plug in the jug on this win for Eastmont. Curveball here is a strike. Boy, that's a nice curveball. Evens the count to Butler at 1-1.
Yeah, I came with those fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, and a splitter.
The pitch here, nice stop by Whitehall as he had to lunge to his right and cross step and backhand the ball. Stops it from going to the backstop and allowing the runner Toughness to go down to second base. 2-1 the count to Butler. Pitch by Schmitten. Chopped, foul, 2-2. So Wenatchee down to their final strike, down to their final out. It's been an interesting 7th inning here for Eastmont defensively as 3 runs have crossed the board. Trying to get the final out. Schmitten's pitch swung on and hit foul up the third baseline. Over in foul territory was Jet Llewellyn backhanding the ball. He'll deliver it back to Schmitten and will redo 2-2. The 2-2 pitch on the way is swung on and hits back past the mound to the shortstop. He'll flip it to second for the out, and that'll do it. As Eastmont will hold on for the win here against Wenatchee today by a final of 10-5. We'll come back and wrap it up here from Recreation Park coming up next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Right now, during our spring tire sale, save up to $80 on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
Welcome back once again here to Recreation Park, where the Eastmont Wildcats have defeated the Wenatchee Panthers by a final of 10-5. Wenatchee didn't go without a fight, though. They had 3 runs across the plate in their final at bat, but Eastmont finally got the final out, and they get the win here to take the season series, taking 2 of 3 this week. They'll play the second game of that doubleheader coming up. Along with Jackson Dodd, Eric Granstrom with you. Well, offensively, the hitting stars for today. First of all, for the Panthers, Griffin Butler goes 2 for 4 with 2 runs. Connor Christensen also 2 for 4 with 2 runs and a couple of RBIs as well. A run and an RBI, I should say that. Meanwhile, for the Eastmont Wildcats, a big day at the plate for Luke Gale. He goes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Tice Llewellyn also 2 for 4 with 3 runs in the ball game. And Eastmont improving to 8-3 on the season in Big 9 play, 9-5 overall with a 10-5 win today. Levi Skyleman will take the loss. He went 3 2/3, allowed 5 runs on 4 hits, only 2 of which earned. Struck out 2, walked 2, and also hit 3 batters. The win goes for Colin Bapst. He goes 6 1/3 and gives up, well, those runs come back to haunt him a little bit here, at least one of which. So he gave up 3 runs, and all 3 were earned here today. Struck out 9, though, and Jackson Dodd, you got to give the credit where credit is due. Colin Bapst really came through for Eastmont here today.
Of course, his pitches were dialed in today. His sequencing, knowing when, like, all right, he's late on this, I'm going to throw this. He knew exactly what to throw for every single hitter. I think that's just preparation. He might have talked to Coach Hoff about, hey, should I throw this? Should I throw this? Because like we've mentioned before on this broadcast, is that they've played together for years. They played in summer ball. They know each other's tendencies. They know what they do. They know what they like. And I think they really just use that to their advantage today.
And he had that curveball working really well.
Yeah, like he's down in the count. He's throwing that. He's really just trusting that pitch over his fastball sometimes.
Well, Camden Schmitten came in, and that's a good opportunity. He came in with a game, I think it was 10-2 when he came in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a good opportunity to get him some quality time on the mound. Didn't work out quite the way he wanted it to, but he's able to finally get the final out to get to Eastmont the win. That's what you want if you're a Wildcat.
Exactly. I mean, he's a junior. He's still got his senior season. It's good just to have him more develop, get his pitches going, see what works against, varsity level batters. He walked one guy, and allowed 2 hits, a double and a single. So, honestly, not too bad. It's just the runs that he got from that.
Meanwhile, if you're Wenatchee, maybe heading into the second game of the doubleheader, you take a little solace from the fact you scored 3 runs in your last bat, got the bats going a little bit, got some traffic on the base paths and things like that. And then on the defensive side of things, you don't hit 5 guys today. This might be a different game.
Exactly. I mean, also, they had their 3 errors. They didn't have those 3 errors. Some of those runs wouldn't cross, of course. And just the hitting, we had, who was it? Skylar Bryant was hit twice. Tyson Mawson was hit twice, and Nate Whitehall was hit twice. I don't know if they're big targets, but they're just hitting them, and they're just getting more runners on base. And I feel like later on in the game, they were able to clean that up a bit more. Same thing with their defense.
Sure.
And I feel like they'll be able to bring those lessons and momentum into the next game. It's only 30 minutes in between, as well as their bats. They really heat up in that last inning, probably give them some more confidence boost. And everybody knows when you're more confident at the plate, you're going to feel better, you're going to hit better.
Wenatchee drops, by the way, to 6-5 in Big 9 play with the loss. They're 7-7 on the season, and we'll try to come back and get the second game of this doubleheader and then look towards Moses Lake next week with that big matchup as well. Eastmont, meanwhile, keeping track with the Mavericks in that battle for first in the Big 9. Well, Jackson Dodd, I hope you had a fun time today. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast. And I'll tell you what, sophomore in high school, I could never put 3 words together without saying about 5 times. So great job, young man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. There's Jackson Dodd. I'm Eric Granstrom. That's going to wrap it up here from Recreation Park, where Eastmont takes it by a final of 10-5 over Wenatchee. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
Johnny Vega into the box. Johnny, go, 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 go.
Thanks for watching today's coverage of spring sports here on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station. Today's broadcast has been brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air, and Gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Clean Air Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Inland Northwest Honda Dealers, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center, and Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Be sure to tune in for sports year-round here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return you to normal programming already in progress.